Well, hey, I'm still playing catch up from being gone most of last week. And so we have an onslaught of new products that I would have had for you last week. You know, I'm usually a bit quicker. But it's okay. We're working through them now. And today we're going to talk about some new products from Fenty. We have the Fenty Diamond Balm Capsule Collection with some really pretty little products. And then we also have, this has been sitting here waiting for me for a while, the new RMS Revitalize Hydra Concealer, which I'm also greatly looking forward to talking to you about. We have just finished a 5-hour wear test on it, and I think it's looking really good. So we're going to talk about that, and I know we'll talk about how it feels on the face and the consistency of it. This little guy is $35. Our Fenty, the all over diamond veil and pink ice is what I got, $43. That's the priciest one. And we're going to also talk about the Gloss Balm Stick High Shine Gloss, and that is $26. There's also a shadow stick that I just didn't realize when I bought it. It goes with it. The nice thing about these products is they are, I want to say well priced, but I fear that's tone deaf. I do realize they're still expensive. But boy, when we look at some of the other makeup out there, especially in the luxury category lately, what are people charging? Is this a car we're buying? It is. I don't comment on pricing, but it's ridiculous. So I still think these are manageable and they're nice little treats. And we're going to get into them actually. Well, we're going to get into it right now. Stay with me. Okay, first thing in the morning, as I told you in yesterday's or the other day's video, I've been out of town. So I'm tired. My time schedule is all off and I look at, so perfect day to try out some concealer. I have been working with the Guerlain skincare, and I think it's really helped me. And I've been wearing a lot of just color corrector and nothing else on my face, especially because it's hot out this summer. And this has some correcting properties in it, so let's give it a try. This again is the RMS Revitalize Hydra Concealer. Comes in 26 shades, and I got the shade WNOH. $35, 25 other shades. Okay, their other concealer at RMS is a potted concealer. So let's pull this out. Check this guy out. So we have a little brush here. That's a brush. That looks like maybe a doe foot. I promise you, it's a brush. And it's just like a really big, almost looks foundation-y. So this might just be perfect for me. Let's see with the shade. I have found that concealer shades, I'm going to do one side of the face. Let me do the Dark Pits of Despair by my eyes. I have found that concealer shades matter a lot less than foundation shades. If it's the only thing you're wearing, it kind of matters. But, well, this brush is nice. It's flexible. I kind of like it better than a doe foot. I have spotted my face with this mostly because this is all we're going to use. We're going to do one side of the, I'm not going to use foundation. Their other concealer is not my favorite because it's a potted concealer. I don't love potted concealers. Are you having trouble taking me seriously with polka dots on my face? They do say if you're covering a blemish, though, it's nice to leave it sit for a second. But let's see. I am using here, what brush am I using? You might wonder. I am using the Skin to Skin Concealer brush that is $25. And it is doing a nice job of blending. Usually, you would wear perhaps a little less concealer than this if you are also wearing foundation. But this is it for me today. So I'm going to connect this to this under the eye. I'm not going to do that big triangle of concealer. I mean, theoretically, I need to bathe in concealer to be honest with you, but this is very nice medium coverage. So the thing about concealers, oh, you can see it covering up the redness. Okay, well, that should give you a nice idea. Here is, and I know I was in the middle of a sentence. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. Here are the Dark Pits of Despair with our new RMS concealer. And here they are without it. The thing about concealer is it's got two things to it. Let me do the other side of the face while I tell you this. It's got the consistency of the concealer itself, which can be really light and watery or thick, all the way to thick. And then there's the actual coverage. So there's certain concealers that feel very thick but don't have a lot of coverage. It's two things. This one has a medium consistency and a medium coverage, which is actually, I think, really nice. I don't mind if it's got a thin consistency as long as it's got a medium coverage. I don't like thick consistency. That cakes on me. This is not thick enough to cake, but it does have a nice, I would say medium to full coverage, which, you know, hallelujah, that's what I need. Okay, I'm going to speed this up and finish blending so you don't have to sit through it. Well, what do you think? Funnily enough, I said that concealer shade doesn't really matter as much as foundation shade. I like to use the warmth of my hands to just kind of blend it in. And yes, I wash my hands after. People ask the darndest things in the comment section. Let's see. If I'm just wearing this, though, I actually did really well with the shade choice. I thought I'd lost my touch for a minute there. I've been having so much trouble with shade choice, but that looks pretty good. And it's not caking or anything like that. For our purposes here, I'm not going to powder it. I know normally you would try to powder your concealer a little bit, but we all use different types of powder, different brands, loose powder, pressed powder. I just want to see how the product does on its own. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go off camera for just a little bit, maybe do my eyebrows, put on a little bit of mascara and such. Then we'll come back in quite a few hours to try out our Fenty products. That will just provide us a few hours of a wear test for our RMS Revitalize Hydra concealer, so that will help with a little bit of a check-in. We'll see if it caked up or did whatever it's gonna do when left to its own devices. So for me, this will be, I'm hoping, 4 or 5 hours, and for you, it'll be just like, okay, it's been 5 hours. I just now put on a little bit of mascara, a little bit of, this is going to be important, Sweed Doll Face. That's their cream blush, which I love, on my cheeks, just a very little bit, and a little bit on the lips, barely. I'll explain why I did that in just a moment. Let's just quickly take a look at 5 hours in on this RMS concealer. I am extraordinarily impressed by a number of things. I love the fact that it's just kind of this big thing that's almost part foundation, part concealer. Love the brush. At 5 hours in, I have no powder under, and it is doing so well under the eyes. I put a little bit around the nose, as you saw, and it's not sinking into any lines, and my face feels like I have nothing on it. I would recommend this to people much like me who are trying to wear a little, especially as the weather is still warm in my area anyway, who are trying to wear a little less all over makeup and just kind of get a little bit of color correcting, blemish correcting. It's a delightful product. I love the fact that it's kind of it doesn't feel like it's going to cake, but it doesn't feel watery either. And the coverage, they say is medium. I would say is medium to full. So a very impressive little product from RMS for $35. What did I think of the Skin to Skin concealer brush? That's $25. Very nice. You probably have another concealer brush that's just as nice, but if you're interested in it, it is a very nice one. Okay, we have some Fenty products to look at, and they are from, as you know, the Diamond Balm collection. Since I kind of went with the pink highlight, I did, like I said, this doll face shade from Sweed on the cheeks. Whatever was left on my fingers after dotting it on my cheeks a little bit, I just kind of went like that over the lips, which is looking a little pale on me, but we're going to put this gloss over it, okay? So I am going to show you this in the warm California sunshine. We have 2 products we're going to work with. The Diamond Balm All Over Diamond Veil. This is in pink ice, but there's actually 5 shades total. 3 are new. So there's like a lavender. I got enough lavender. I got the YSL lavender highlighter. I got another lavender highlighter. I don't need any more lavender. I'm kind of neutral skin tone. So, so I went with pink. But there's also a gold. I love gold on deeper skin tones. I don't necessarily love personally gold, really dark gold highlighter on someone like me, light, medium to lighter. But you can disagree with me in comments. I always listen to you. I love it on deep skin tones though. So I got the pink ice, and we're going to try that together. We'll look at that in a moment outside. And then, there's also a shadow stick. There's 3 new shadow sticks that go with this Diamond Balm capsule collection. I just didn't realize it at the time, or I would have picked one up. Let me know if you want to see it. I always do an I Got More Shades video, so if you want to see that, let me know. And then we have the Gloss Balm Stick High Shine Gloss Stick. And this is in how many carats? That's the name of they have great names for products at Fenty. How many carats? There's 18 shades, but this is the only new one. And I thought it would look cute since it's just kind of still got that Fenty scent to it. The Fenty lip gloss scent. It's got that in, even though this isn't a gloss, it's more of a stick, same scent. If you either love it or you hate it, doesn't bother me. Some people hate it. but it is there. First though, we're going to apply these, but first let's take them out and take a look at them in the warm California sunshine. We have got the Diamond Balm, and I picked the shade Pink Ice. And then right next to it is the Glass Balm in the, how many carats? That's the only new one from the Fenty Diamond Balm Capsule Collection. Balm, B-O-M-B, not balm. But speaking of balms, let's try on the Gloss Balm. And it is very silver. This is a great product. I like the other colors a little more. This is a bit silver for me, and I think ends up being a bit too cool tone for me and washes me out. But if you like cool tones, then you would love this. To me, this would be very pretty over something very deep on my lips. I went with that icy pink underneath from the Sweed. I'm not sure it entirely works. You can tell me your thoughts. But I like a little bit more contrast in color on my lips. But it's very pretty, and it would be lovely over something darker. And then we're going to take a look at our Pink Ice. Pink Ice, let's see. Ooh, that's really pretty. And this is very different. I'm going to give this to Fenty. I mean, I thought I've seen every highlighter out there. I'm going to way overdo it for you guys. This is has such a pink cast to it that it could almost stand alone as a blush. And what I like about it is I do have not so much texture, but pores right around here. And I don't see it bringing that out, which is pretty cool. Let me show you this side. It has a little bit of that doll face from Sweed, which is matte and no highlight. Let me overdo it there too. That is super pretty. The lipstick is kind of driving me nuts, or the lip gloss, because I don't like how icy it is. I don't like icy on me. So what we're going to do, because you guys might be wondering, is I am just going to go take this off and put on something deep. I way overdid this on the cheeks for you to see. And this is getting a little bit too icy to look good on my skin tone and my hair color and stuff. Let me put on something deeper on the lips and let's see if it works. Just I did a very hasty job of just putting some Kulfi on. I would not wear the Pink Ice with this lip. I know, but we're about to ice it out majorly, and I just wanted something that was going to be really dark to differentiate it, because that's the only way that I'm going to want to wear this on an everyday basis, is by that. Now, it's still a little wet. I haven't really let it dry, but you got to understand, for me personally, if that didn't work, I'm not going to wear an iced out lip like that. And over pink, it's going to look that icy. I'm kind of trying to let this dry. So let's see what we got here. It's going to ruin the tip here, but I don't care. Better? It wasn't that wet. See, now I can do it. Now I can do it. That's why I wanted to show you it in case you were interested in this and you need some differentiation as well for your look. See, now that works. It's still very icy, and icy is not my favorite. This is called the Diamond Balm Capsule Collection, and, you know, Pink Ice, and, you know, it's called ice, but see, now that works for me. I need something underneath it. So that's just an FYI, if this is something you're interested in. So the Fenty, my kind of recap is the Fenty All Over Diamond Veil, the Diamond Balm, adorable. I think with a deeper skin tone, that gold would be beautiful on you. And then, of course, there's the lavender, if you're cool tone skin. This is a great cool tone collection, isn't it? Just really pretty, doesn't show texture, doesn't show pores, and just a beautiful, glittery, sparkly, glitter's back, people, glitter's back. And in terms of this Gloss Balm Stix, this particular shade, I mean, there's 17 others, but this particular shade, to me, has to be over something that makes it a little less icy. Choose for your skin tone. RMS, we talked about. A beautiful product, especially for those of you who are taking a page out of my book and trying to wear kind of just concealer dotted all over rather than a big heavy foundation. Beautiful. And yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. But check these out. I think these are worthwhile products. And I like the fact that I mean, they're still pricey, but they're not breaking the bank like some of the other luxury beauty that we've been seeing lately. Louis Vuitton, we're looking at you, and Chanel, we're looking at you. And we're judging, aren't we? All right, make sure that you come over and say hello to me over on Instagram and TikTok. I'd love to see you there. Facebook. We have a membership here on YouTube. Come on over. We meet every week for a live It'd be fun to have you there. Make sure that you like and share. You can purchase these products up here on the screen in YouTube Shopping or down below in the description bar. Either way, happy to have you with me. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.